that is the capsule. The second one is the enzyme. IgA protease is produced by this microorganism which destroy the mammalian cell and makes entrance for this microorganism to reach the tissue as well as the pneumonia producing to the lungs, parenchymal cells, or up to the alveoli. Third one, that is the two types of exotoxin. They are produced by this microorganism. These two types of exotoxin, which are chemically enzyme in nature, they are autolysine and pneumolysine. Now the first one, autolysine, is not responsible to produce a pathogenesis, but it is present within the cytoplasm of this microorganism. When it is released from this microorganism, so they go to the cytosol, a small microtubules are the small round area between the cytoplasm of this microorganism, small vacuoles which containing this pneumolysine. When this autolysine release from this microorganism, so it is in nature a trigger in nature. It means that it is a key role to trigger or to start or to act on the cytosol to produce the pneumolysine. Now when pneumolysine is released, this is the pathogenic exotoxin which destroy the RBC as well as mammalian cells at the region of the lungs tissues and producing a pathogenicity in the pathogenesis in the respiratory system of the human being in the form of pneumonia. So the valence factor in this microorganism are pathogenesis producing factors are: first is the capsule, second is the AGA protease, an enzyme, and two types of the exotoxin, they are also an enzyme in nature. About the autolysine, we said to you that this thing is not in real the pathogenic activities, but autolysine is the peptidoglycan hydrolysis in its nature. It is present in the cell wall of the microorganism in the non-active form. When this thing is released from the cytoplasm of the microorganism, so it trigger to the pneumolysine, which is present in the cytosol of the intact pneumococci. Now this pneumolysine is responsible, the important valence factor, by virtue its ability to attack mammalian membrane and causing lysis, which is released by the autolysine from the interior of the bacterium. If you see the diagrammatic representation of these two types of exotoxin, Streptococcus pneumonia producing first autolysine, here it shows Streptococcus pneumonia, then lysed the cytosol which release the pneumolysine. Pneumolysine destroy the RBCs as well as mammalian cells and producing pathogenesis. Now pathogenesis of this microorganism, that is by the pneumolysine, first is the pneumonia. Pneumonia is one of the Pneumonia is the one of the major cause by this microorganism, and it is in majority found in children as well as in adult. Now, pneumonia is in the form of lobar pneumonia and characterized by chills, high fever, chest pain, cough, and rusty sputum. Now, the infection which started by the formation of lysis of RBCs and coagulation of the mammalian cells as well as red cells forming the exudate. Now this exudation in the alveoli, they both make a area of the parenchymal near to the alveoli red in color. If we observe a gross anatomy of the pneumonial, this pneumonial lungs, this is called red hepatization. Second is called gray hepatization. That is red hepatization of this lungs is followed by a gray hepatization. In gray hepatization, following changes we may observe: edematous alveoli compress the capillaries, decreased blood flow, decreased RBCs in alveoli. Due to decreased RBCs, the color of the lungs becomes gray, and this is known as gray hepatization. And the third stage is of this pneumonia, that's the resolution. In last, resolution take place and macrophages phagocyte cellular exudate, while fluid exudate drain through lymphatics, and it is the pneumonia, the pathological condition, the pneumonia is resolved. Second major complication of this microorganism is the meningitis. In meningitis, if this microorganism cross the blood-brain barriers and reach to the meninges, so produce here inflammation, that is called meningitis. The third major complication of this microorganism is the otitis media. Pneumococcus are the etiologic and agents of about 50% of the cases of otitis media in children. In other complications of this pneumonia, we observe sinusitis, pharyngitis, sometimes pneumococcal peritonitis, bacteremia, sepsis, and others like nephrotic syndrome. We again repeat the complication of this pathogenesis of this microorganism. First is the pneumonia, which is the major cause. Second is the meningitis. Third is the otitis media, and other are the sinusitis, pharyngitis, etc. Now we proceed to the laboratory diagnosis of this microorganism. So remember one point, that Streptococcus, that's pyogene, as well as this cocci, they are the normal commensals of the oropharynx of the human body. So they produces other complications as well as this pneumonia. Pneumonia, they produce pneumonia, but the meningitis also produced by this pyogene as well as this microorganism. Now by laboratory diagnosis, we take the specimen. If we suspected that the patient of pneumonia, so we take the sputum in the specimen, sputum and blood. By microscopy, Gram stain smear of the rusty sputum shows us gram-positive violet-colored diplococci. By culture media, if we streak the sputum on a blood agar plate by nasopharynx swab or the sputum, so we observe on the chocolate agar a pneumococcal whitish crusty colony. Second, the hemolytic zone around this growing culture, that is a greenish or the metallic sheen color. It's mean that is alpha hemolytic in nature. Now, it is said that the hemolysis property of this microorganism is due to the presence of exotoxin, that is pneumolysine. Just remember for MCQs that pneumolysine is the blood lysis exotoxin which is producing a alpha hemolytic zone around the growing culture. Other test which is most important and it differentiate this microorganism to the pyogene. We put a optogen disc. It's called optogen disc test. We put the optogen disc on the growing culture of this microorganism, so we observe the sensitivity to optogen by this microorganism. Third one, a bile salt test. We can differentiate Streptococcus pneumonia by other streptococci by producing bile salt test where a little salt lyses the colony of this microorganism. The third one is called Colling reaction or Colling test. Remember this wording, this Colling test in some time asked in the paper. So only a 2 or 3 line answer of this test. Colling test, it is performing by a antisera which is mixed with the growing culture of this microorganism or a inoculum which is taken from the growing culture on a slide and mix a antisera on this specimen. So we observe by microscopy after this procedure the capsules are visible and swollen in nature. So this reaction is called Colling reaction, and this thing differentiate this microorganism, the Streptococcus pyogene, the Streptococcus pneumonia from pyogene. And the other serological tests are the ELISA and PCR as well as catalase test and also the count of WBC which is increased in this test. Now that is the end of this lecture. Now we again repeat few important parts of this lecture. That is the morphologically differentiation of the Streptococcus pneumonia from the Streptococcus pyogene. That it is capsulated diplococci. Second, the nature of zone of inhibition on blood agar, the alpha hemolytic property. Third, this microorganism producing 2 types of lysines, that the auto and pneumolysine, while the pneumococci, while the pyogene producing a large number of exotoxin as well as enzymes. Third identification point of this microorganism, that is the identification or the differentiation from Streptococcus pneumonia from the Streptococcus pyogenes. That is, it is by microscopy. There's the diplococci, second hemolytic, third the culture characteristic features, and the other points which is for your remembering, and that is the laboratory diagnosis, Colling reaction, and the Optochin disk. Thank you very much. This is the end of the lecture.